Another Monday live stream. Today we're going to be hopefully finishing up this wonderful art by Livish, and it's this anime-ish looking Medusa. So pretty excited about getting her wrapped up, hopefully. So welcome, welcome. All right. Hopefully streaming's going. So last week we left off with this, I just put in the single strand here. Let's see, where are we? I can't find my stream. Come on, pop up. Hey Brad, hey Neil, how's it going? I don't know where my stream is. Here, let's look it up on Pixelogic, see if it's on there. I don't know. Oh well. Oh, there we are. Okay, found it. And done. All right. There we go. How's everybody doing? Hey, Matt. Hello, hello. Okay, so this is where we left off. We had put this single strand in here. I was just showing you kind of how easy it was to lay out hair strands just by using stretched out spheres. And I was going to go through these and add some variety. But before I do that, I'm going to add some more strands. So let's see here. Hey, Pavers, how you guys doing? Welcome, welcome. Okay, so this one is the next strand that's kind of a lighter yellow-green. So I'm going to grab the color off of this one and fill it just so we know which one we're working with. Hey, Charlie. Okay. Dan, welcome. Hello, hello. I'm listening to the Psychedelic Furs today, if you guys are wondering, if you want to listen along. The greatest hits. Death in the Flesh, nice name. I'm doing good, thanks. Okay, I'm going to get, well, I think it might be kind of fun to have the snake head be back here. Not that you'll see it, but why not? And this Move Elastic brush, I like using it on things like hair strands. Hey, Charlie. Another Charlie. We got two of them in here. You know what? I think I'm going to just kind of tuck this back in, I think. Changing my mind. So how are you all today on this lovely Monday? It's warming right up outside. We got to plant some peas soon. That's when you know it's springtime, right? Get your peas planted. So I followed your keto lead by kicking HF. Nice. 30 pounds lighter. Awesome. So I didn't do keto. I did vegan. But hooray. Awesome. That's really cool. Healthy is healthy. Yeah, I think the sugars are the biggest thing, honestly. It's so hard to get away from sugar. I'm still such a sugar addict. It's hard for me to get away. I love cookies. Hey Dazza, welcome. Glad you could catch me live. That's great. But I'm super glad I could inspire you. Charlie, that's great. Super cool. I'm going to turn on perspective here. It's just feeling flat on this one side. Oh, thank you, Intangible Truth. I'm trying. What is going on here? Oh. Sometimes I'll accidentally adjust my Z intensity on my move brush and it'll be too low and then it won't move. So I'm like, what is going on? Okay, oh, I see. I accidentally bumped that. So what does Elastic Move Brush allow you to do? Hey, hello, Cheryl. It allows you to, it's like a move brush, but it's spongy. And it has a larger fall off, so it affects more of the object that you're moving. So, for example, I have this this single hair. The other one's masked off, so don't pay attention to that. This is kind of weird. Let's smooth that out. There we go. Okay, so regular move brush will move things like this. Let's turn on wireframe so you can see it better. See, it just kind of takes the brush size area and just kind of moves in that general vicinity, okay? If I change to move elastic, then it behaves like this. Much more, well, it shouldn't be skipping, but much more of a fall off. See how it's affecting things further on down. And it does tend to pop and move sometimes like that. But I can grab the tip of a hair and adjust it. It's really spongy. I like it a lot. Again, if you just go to the regular move brush, see it doesn't act the same. And it kind of moves on a linear tangent where the move elastic moves kind of on a curved tangent. It's hard to explain, but that's why I like it better for hair and things like that. And then you have the snake hook brush. And the snake hook brush it's also another spongier brush, and it just feels a little different. My advice would be to experiment with them and just kind of see which one you like. I consider the snake hook brush just another move brush with an AccuCurve type fall off on it. Hey Samwise, yeah, I really wanted to get this one. I'm liking this one a lot, so I wanted to. And then there was people like Cheryl that were asking about showing people how to do the hair, and this one has hair, which is essentially snakes, that are pretty involved. So I wanted to just take a little bit more time and lay those out more. So I'm not just rushing through it, and starting another bust. When you combine two subtools and there is that dividing line, how do you combine it? So Shami, if you watch some of my past live streams, well, you'll see when I do it here, this is actually all one subtool. So what I'll do is I'll merge everything into one subtool like this, and then you want to get some sort of even topology. So because it's going to stitch together, and where the objects stitch together, you want the density to be similar, so the stitching doesn't get all crazy. And then you just, you use underneath Gizmo, you can go into this gear and you just use remesh by union, and that will stitch everything together. But you have to have them all in the same subtool. They can't be in separate subtools. So with these arms though, I'm going to put these arms in a separate subtool because I don't necessarily want them stitched, or I'll raise them up, then stitch them, then Z-remesh them, and then put them back down. That way they won't get merged in right here. I don't want the arm to merge to the rib cage here. So I'll probably do that later. Let's see. How much of the basic blockout contributes to making the shape come real compared to details? Basically what I want to ask is, where should one put more focus? In the blockout of putting in details, 100% into the blockout. Because, and I talk about this in my course, I teach an online course, it's called the 3D Character Workshop, and this is super important that I teach my students, is the blockout is a good 85%-ish part of your model. It's a huge part of your model. And if you don't get that right, then no amount of details is going to make your character look any better, right? It's kind of like making a cake. You need that cake to be amazing because no amount of frosting is going to fix it, right? So that's kind of how I look at it. Hey, Sammy. Okay. Just filling this. Hey Ram, welcome. Hey Pablo. Let's tuck this hair in here. And then I'll put a third one that's wrapping up and around. Yeah. Okay, so one more time. When I go to duplicate one of these, I mask off a single strand like this, and I just hold down Control and drag on this move gizmo here. Okay, and then you can see that it puts it in the same polygroup as whatever I copied from. So if you want to get a new polygroup, you just invert the mask by holding Control and tapping on the canvas back here, and then hit Control W, and that will put that new strand in its own polygroup. Now you do have to go back and hit Control and tap on that strand again to isolate mask it, but that's the fastest way to put it in its own polygroup. Yeah, Mike's girlfriend in Monsters Inc. That's true, huh? Didn't think about that, but totally right. Snoopy Poops or whatever she calls him. Let's see, I'm actually going to cross this one over and tuck it back down in here. Googly Bear. Thanks. Thanks, Worth. How you doing, man? Good to see you. It's been too long. We got to catch up. I used to work with mutated jellyfish at has it been 2 different studios or has there been more? I think just 2. Yeah, so far. Yeah, man, I'm down. Let's do it. Let's see, I'm gonna pull this in. How you been anyway, Worth? Going good? Life treating you well? Hey, Billy. Thanks, Nightbot. Like Nightbot knows. Nightbot knows. Thank you, Alia. Don't know if that's how you say your name or not. Thank you very much. You know, this topological button down here, basically what it is, it's called topological masking. That just means that whatever object you touch first is going to be affected. So I have this on my move brush. If I had it turned off and I go to move an object, it's going to move everything in that, that influence area. And if this topological button is turned on, the reason I have it on my interface is because you can turn it on for any brush, including the smooth brush. So if you only want to smooth down, say, one of these strands, you can hold down Shift to access your smooth settings and then turn on topological with smooth. So now I can just smooth this one strand down to add some variety in the sizes and shapes of these. And if you want my user interface, I give it away for free over on my website, 3dcharacterworkshop.com. You can check it out. Hey, Uzaris. Well, just so you know, you're on the official ZBrush live stream. So I like to keep the conversation on ZBrush, not on other programs. Yeah, so hopefully you can understand that. That's a nice rainbow hair. I just hit auto groups to put every single object in its own polygroup, just because I want to start to break symmetry here. I want my inflate brush. How would you prep that for a rigger to animate with the hair and ZBrush blend shapes and polygroups? So what I would probably do is I would just retopologize this hair as a game resolution mesh. And even with these few strands hanging down, I would just retopologize those. And then they would be loose, like these 3 or 4 strands, maybe 5, this one over here. And then they could be, those could just have some extra bones in them to give some secondary motion as she walked, or, you know, they could like move and look around, whatever, those few loose snakes, I guess. Otherwise, all of the rest of her hair would be self-contained and retopologized altogether. I do hair, it sure feels like each hair strand is a separate snake. Yeah, for sure. It does. It takes a long time. Hair is a exercise in patience, that's for sure. right. Oh, thanks, Neil. Yeah, Brad's in here, actually. Brad's one of my students. He's actually one of my acceleration program students. I have a new program happening that's like a mentorship. It's a group coaching program called the Acceleration Program, of all things, because I couldn't come up with a better name. And if you're interested in that, you can send me an email at send it to shane.olson, that's Olson, at 3dcharacterworkshop.com. Be happy to talk to you about it. All right, I gotta change this music, sorry. Now you guys can't hear it, but it's driving me crazy. Here we go. Okay. Got some weird stuff happening under her chin. Have I attempted any animation in ZBrush? No. I will typically, if I'm going to animate something, I'll go through the proper steps and retopologize it and rig it in and animate it in something like Maya. Yeah, it's just too much efforts and yeah. I know some people who have with some success though. It's possible. How would you approach regular hair as well? Just use something on the chunks to make it look more like strands? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I do. If you watch some of my past streams, you can see kind of how I do it. But yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. Is Maya worth it for a hobbyist? No, not really. I mean, you can get the educational version, but yeah, that's tricky. And for a hobbyist, anyway. Okay. Hey, Joseph. Welcome, welcome. Okay, I think I'm going to put one strand. Let's see, this one. Hey, Lone Game Master, how's it going? Will you test your airbrush on this piece once printed? I don't know. I have so many 3D prints sitting over here that I need to get to. Okay. Oh, sorry to hear, dang it. We'll get better soon, dang it. Oh, thanks, Bruno. I really want to paint that guy. He's my Mars mouse. This guy, concept done by an illustrator, goes by the name of Mars, M-A-R-S-S, I think. Let me see. I want to get that pulled down more. Not so much of a bend here in the neck. Johnny Silverhand. Man, that's been a long. I have hundreds of characters, so I can't remember what I've left off and what I've done. I really need to go through them and finish some more. I want to render some. Have you guys seen Dan Eater? He did a recent sculpt where he rendered in ZBrush with a cartoon render, and it just turned out amazing, and it makes me want to go through and possibly re-render a bunch of my characters in that kind of a look, because he just got it to look so the shadows aren't so super hard-edged, and it's super nice. So anyway, very inspiring. And he just got highlighted in some 3D magazine. I can't remember the name of it, but super. Yeah, Dan's great. Should check his stuff out. I kind of have his head turned up a little bit more. There, thanks, Neil. There's a link to Dan's work. Hey, Cricket, how are you? Welcome, welcome. So the one I'm talking about in particular, and I believe he's got a tutorial on how he did this before, but this is actually rendered in ZBrush with the cartoon render. Yeah, super nice. Really, really well done. And yeah, he made this turn in 3D. So good. And here's just the viewport. Very, very awesome. So, and it's a great model, of course. And here's the original concept. He just does fantastic work. So, yeah, and there's this other Breath of the Wild. I can't remember where his cartoon render. Neil, would you mind giving that a look really quick? I can't remember which one of these, but you can see he's kind of mastered the cartoon rendering in ZBrush. Good stuff. Yay, Dan. You started a new job. That's a great excuse. That's good. Do you think that new ZBrush update will have editable curves? I don't know. Comics. I don't work for Pixelogic, so I'm really good friends with all of them, but they don't share unless I'm on one of the beta tests. They don't share what's coming with me. So I don't know what's on the horizon for the next update. It's always exciting, though. All right, so I like that one. Hey, you work with Spicer? That's awesome. Well, tell him hello for me. He's a great fellow. And he's also a fellow live streamer here on the ZBrush live stream. So I got to hang out with him at the ZBrush Summit a couple years ago when we could actually hang out in person. Hopefully that happens again soon. Okay. Hey Rob, what were you looking for on Dan's page? Oh, you recently went through his page. I was looking for, I believe he's got a tutorial on how he does his cartoon render setup, and I can't remember which character he had that on. So I was just wondering if you knew. Let's see, this one's coming from... Started the same day I did. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Well, congrats, man. Can you assign a hotkey to select lasso brush that doesn't change every time you invoke? I don't know, Ram. I don't really use hotkeys with ZBrush. That's why I have everything on my user interface down here, because I just go down and click it. So I don't know. Am I late for your hair? Yeah, I've been kind of at this for a good 30 minutes now. Well, I started it last week, so, but I'm still doing it, so. Same progress, same techniques over and over. Hair? Your hair? How did I just, these are just stretched out spheres. Is all? Nothing special. It's not complicated. The Pokédex is massive. Started looking through it with my kids. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, there's almost 1,000 of them, I think, right? More by now? Oh yeah, with the new releases. 898. And I don't even know that they've Pokédexed all of from the new games either. I have yet to play the is it called Legacy? The one on the Switch. The open world. That one's pretty appealing to me. It's like playing Pokemon Go in an open world, like, RPG game. I have not played that one. I want to. Arceus? I don't know how to say that. Yeah. That one. Have you played it, Worth? Quad sphere? Yes. So I'm glad you asked, because the reason I don't use spheres with poles, other than sometimes I'll occasionally use them for eyeballs, but that's only if I'm building them out for a video game. If I'm not, then I'll usually use a quad sphere. And the reason why is because when you subdivide a quad sphere, it will remain quads. If you subdivide a sphere that has poles on either end, those are made of triangles, and it will make quads out of those triangles, but it will pack the geometry so tight in there that there's a good chance it will crash. So if you get really high with your density, it will sometimes crash ZBrush. So I would always use quad spheres if you can. Samwise, I'm the same. Nobody knows how to pronounce Arceus. Okay, let's see. Greetings from Peru. Hello. There we go. Don't remember a render tutorial, but he did one on hair with his Chun-Li model. Maybe. Yes, the eyes are completely round. I always try and keep my eyes round for rigging later if I need to rig it or turn the eyes. If they're squished or oblong or anything, it makes it really hard to rotate the eyes without them popping out of the head. Hey, Kimbo, teach me how to sculpt like that. I have an online course. It's called the 3D Character Workshop, where I teach you exactly how to model like this. So if you're interested, Check it out, 3dcharacterworkshop.com. And I also give away these brushes for free and this user interface if you're interested at the same address, 3D Character Workshop. Check it out. Okay. Now before we go any further, let's save it. I cannot see one either. Found this on his Twitter. My custom cel-shaded rendering setup in Z. Maybe that's the one I was thinking about. Oh, tutorial incoming. Okay. Well, I always had problems placing eyeballs correctly. Yeah, it's a struggle. But I can show you they are. So if I turn on transparency, you can see how big they are inside of her head. And yes, you can overlap them. They do make it does make it harder to rig if they're overlapped, but yeah, it's a necessary evil. Because if you get smaller eyeballs, they'll tend to bulge out of the head. Yeah, it's really fun, Cricket. I love it. It's awesome. Now, I think I'm just going to try and duplicate this bunch of hairs and just wrap them around the little bun. Is the course good for beginners? Yes, it is. I take you from your first day in ZBrush all the way to final game character and 3D print. Oh, was someone asking about where you find Topological? Sorry, I missed that. Thanks for catching that, Mark. So yes, Topological, you can find it under, you can see the button path at the bottom. It's under Brush, Auto Masking, Topological. So if you go to your brush menu and you go down to, where was it? I've forgotten that short amount of time. It's under Auto Masking. That's right. Okay. Because it's Auto Masking. There we go. Right there. Auto Masking, Topological. It's right there. You can pull it out and put it on your own interface if you want, but that's where it's at. Okay. So I'm going to duplicate all of these. And then scale them. Whoop. Cheat. I'm cheating right now. How did you do the Sunke head? I don't understand that question. Sorry, Augustin. Oh, the snake head? Yes, I just used inflate. This brush right here. Uh-huh. Yeah, got it. Sorry. I was like, what is that? That's a word I don't understand. And then I'll just fix these that are all bent and weird. Oops. That's okay. That's fine. Sorry, I just didn't understand what you were trying to say. I got it. Just like I'm inflating these strands here. Same kind of deal. Yeah, Kimbo, no worries. I know it costs different in different countries, but I don't know what to do about that. because there are some countries where it costs a heck of a lot, and I just don't know, because I can't split my pricing up for certain countries. It just, yeah, I wish I could, but I know there are some course apps that allow, or hosting places that allow you to do that, but the one I'm on does not, unfortunately. Yeah, but even that being said, it's, you know, there's just certain things out of people's control, you know, just like people from India, you know, or well, Colombia, Cambodia, where it's just the pricing does not even make sense at all for them, you know. Okay. Hey Jason, am I planning on attending any shows this year, like Monsterpalooza, Comic-Con? I would love to. I would love to. The one that I usually attend is ZBrush Summit. That's my people. So, I don't know what their plans are this year. And it sounds like Lightbox is happening. I don't know if I'll be at Lightbox. I did a booth at Lightbox one year that was pretty fun, but I doubt I'll do a booth again there, but I will most likely attend if I do go to, you know, some kind of conference this year. But yeah, it'd be great to meet with you guys in person. It's a lot of fun. I miss conferences a lot. I mentioned some join streams on YouTube. Can't remember what you called it, and then people can get a taste at least. Oh, are you talking about? Yeah, I've been thinking about doing like a YouTube membership where I make full characters. I don't know. I'm still toying with that idea. I don't know yet. Hey, Barty. Yeah, the students are. I can't. It's incredible what they have been able to pull off, honestly. So I want to tuck this in. Well, thanks, Cricket. I appreciate it. You're not the first one to say that, and you know, I always love meeting people in person. Seriously. How much should I charge as a freelancer for animated characters? Well, that question is too. It's too dependent on who you're freelancing for, where you live, where the company is located, what they're going to be using it for. The variables are too grand for me to just toss out a number. Or else, I wish I could. I think I'm just going to have to do these one by one, unfortunately. So buckle up. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, I do talk to my students about it in my acceleration program, because then I can find the details. And so I can give them better advice, but yeah, unfortunately during my live stream I can't give that advice. Oh gosh. Let's see here. I'm trying to get these to curl in so they look like they're kind of all tucking in to each other. And sometimes you just need to take the time it takes to do it. Is there a link to your accelerated workshop? No, Cricket. You just have to, with that one, it's more expensive than the regular workshop because basically what my thoughts on people moving quicker, it takes three different things. One, it takes good coaching from somebody who has the experience in the industry. And then the second thing is it takes investment of money. That's what gets you motivated to actually accelerate, right? And then it takes investment of time. So with a deadline. So if you know that you only have so long to produce something, then you're more apt to put in the work and put in the time that it's going to take to accelerate. So if you're interested, still, you can reach out to me at shane.olson@3dcharacterworkshop.com. I'll be happy to give you more information on it. Okay. So I'm going to hide some of these. I'm not going to do it to all of them, but... And I think what I can do, I'm going to try something here. Oops. I'm going to try that fall off, the focal shift. What will you do if, say, tens or hundreds of students join your acceleration program? I won't allow that because then I can't do the, I mean, I would like it money-wise, but it's not possible. Yeah, it wouldn't be fair to the students to have that many, so it's limited. Hey, Creative Ape, how you doing? And I also, I don't want people to waste their time or money, so it's vetted, which means I look at your art and see if it's a good fit for you. Like if you're a beginner, it's really not something you need to be at a certain level. Otherwise, it's kind of, I feel like it could be a waste of money for you. Yeah. I mean, yes, of course I would love it, but you know. Yeah, I don't just let anybody in there. I'm going to say that right now. Because basically what I'm looking for students that are at a good level and they want to get to a great level. That's my goal. And I really want to help people get there because there's a lot of students that are just kind of banging their head against the wall, not knowing where to go next or what to do next or what to focus on and all that kind of stuff. And I'd love to be there to help students and give them the advice they need. And so far, the current students that are in there, it's worked out. I only have 3 right now, and 2 of the 3 have gotten jobs already. And the third one is just looking to increase his abilities, not necessarily get a job, because he already has a job in the industry. Yeah, Brad's one of my acceleration students. Hey, Brad. Yeah, you know, I actually created it because I went to a tech trade school when I was first getting into the industry, and I didn't have access to really anyone that knew anything about the industry. You know, it was just the teachers that were there, and some of them were actually students that had graduated like 2 or 3 sessions before me, and they turned around and they were teaching the classes, and they still knew nothing about the industry. And you know, I felt ripped off because it cost me a lot of money to go to that school. And yeah, so that's why I'm just like, you know, I want to offer people access to professionals and get some advice from professionals. And it's not, if I, oh, Pavris, I'm glad you actually asked that question, because what I told you is true, but at the same time, if I get more students, I'm going to add more coaches. And there's a whole bunch of coaches that are already, have already shown interest in helping out. So. Yeah, how cool is that, Brad? Awesome. That's the goal. That's the dream. Living the dream. Hey, TJ, you're welcome. No, as I said, it's the regular course is for beginners, but the acceleration program is not. It's for more advanced students. Okay, I want to take one of these. Yeah, eventually, one Game Master, that would be great. And yeah, no rush. I don't want you to go into financial strain to do it, you know? You'll be going to loan sharks and stuff. It's expensive, but it's nowhere near one of those big box schools. I'll just say that. All right, I think that will be good enough there. This pink one, this one. Okay. 2 CGMA courses. I was able to get a scholarship of sorts, but it was over. Yeah, I don't want to talk bad about any other courses or anything like that. So I just want to tell you what I offer, and if you're interested, that's great. Creative, yes, because it's a mentorship, and I pay coaches. But just the regular 3D character workshop it's lifetime access, lots of videos, and I do live Q&A once a month, at least once a month, sometimes more. All these shapes in one subtool? Yes. So all of the shapes in this bun are in one subtool, so you can see them all right there. And then this is another subtool. And then this is another subtool right here. So now that I have all of these little guys done, I might reduce, like get rid of a handful of these and make the other ones larger to match. Hey, James. I'm glad you didn't. And then make them match the size of these. Maybe. I'll do that later if I do. So right now I'm just going to add these a few more snakes. Where can I find the prices? You can't right now, because again, it's that section of the course is vetted, meaning I like to see where your portfolio is at, and talk to you. So if you're interested, just send me an email and I'll give you more information. Okay. So let's get, whoops. This one. Geez, James, that's quite the commitment. 204. Is that what I'm up to now? Jeez. All right, let's get this smoothed out. Olson here, how are you doing? Okay, this one is actually going the opposite direction. Bipradip, I love your name. It's fun to say. Hello and welcome. How long have you been sculpting? Well, I've worked in the game industry for 23 years now. 10 of those I worked at Disney Interactive. 2 of those I worked at Sony. But I've been sculpting for about 7 years. So what are you saying? What you could also do is press Control Shift and double click on the polygroup, mask that out, and then unhide. Oh, right. Yeah, you could do something like this. Just mask the one you need, or unmask the one you need, or whatever. I do that all the time, especially when posing. Love his tail sticking up over here. 17 days of ZBrush streaming. Crazy. All right, Worth, thanks for hanging out, man. Good to talk to you again, even if it's virtually. Hey, Knetz, how you doing? Am I missing any? Running at Think Tank. Think Tank's a good one. Online environment, games path, really hard, but very good work. Yeah, so another one of my students went through Think Tank and they had a really good experience. For these illustrations, I will typically, they're typically just for render. But sometimes I'll 3D print them, like some of the ones behind me here, like this. Well, I did, you can't really see it, but there's a cowboy riding a dinosaur right here. I did that during the live stream, and that's printed out. And then this mouse right here with the blade, that's during the live stream. And this, I think I didn't I do this, this Grogu during the stream? I can't remember. And there's a pirate girl up there you can't see right now. That's... I did? Okay, thanks, Neil. I was like, yeah, you would know. Okay. I mean, this one's kind of giving me a tough time here. Neil's on fire. Yeah, Samwise, that was... So I do have to say that was... that trailer was it was all done by Blur Studios. So I didn't have anything to do with that specific trailer, but I was lead character modeler on that project. I need to show some of the game footage. Worth that was just barely here, Mutated Jellyfish, he also worked on that one, I believe. Didn't he? Or he has footage of it, something like that. Luckily, you are correct. That's true. Yes. Everybody shout out to Neil. I love the help he gives. So thank you so much, Neil. All right, this is coming together. I'm gonna put one more. I like how this snakehead's like just peeking around the back here. Can you share this reference image link? So Neil has been sharing the link to the original artists. Yeah, there you go. How many time took you to get a job with 3D? Well, I've been doing it since 1998. So again, I've been doing this for a long time. I used to just be, well, I've done animation, I've done rigging, I've done, you know, a bunch of stuff before I got to sculpting and ZBrush. So the advice I would have today as far as that goes wouldn't really match up. So it would be different today. All right. I'm gonna make one coming out back here. Oh, come on, split, hidden, there we go. That's what I want to do. Make these two kind of wrapping around each other. And since this one's just going to be hidden inside the hair, I don't really care what it looks like in there. Yeah. Yeah, Samwise for sure. Now the IT sphere is one of the most demand in the market. It seems like that the future of 3D sphere will be in demand. Yes, absolutely, because honestly, the cost of 3D printing your own stuff is coming way, way down. You can get a 3D printer of your own at home for less than $200, right? So if you can learn how to sculpt your own toys and characters and collectibles and that kind of stuff, or even for, or if you're into NFTs, or if you're into, you know, any of that kind of stuff, it's just getting more and more popular. How'd you make the hair? Well, they're just stretched out and Z-remeshed spheres. So nothing crazy. Am I using Z-spheres? No. They're just regular spheres that have been stretched and moved and Z-remeshed. What tablet am I using? I'm on a 27-inch Cintiq. It's kind of an older model. All right, Joseph, thanks for hanging out. And you don't need a Cintiq in order to sculpt. You just need a graphics tablet of some sort, any brand, any shape, any size, just something that has pressure sensitivity. That's all you need. Just don't sculpt with a mouse is all I advise. All right. Will I sculpt the snake faces? I will add eyes on them, and I'll keep them rather simple. I'll add eyes and give them kind of an eye socket, but that's about it. So, yeah, sculpting with a mouse is not being smart. because a mouse has, it's either a 0 or 100. There's no levels of sensitivity anywhere in between. So it's either 0 or 100, and I always equate it to like driving a car with a toggle switch instead of a gas pedal, right? So that's, yeah, it's just don't do it. You'll constantly be going up here to the Z intensity and adjusting it because you can't do it with a mouse. Is there a way to subdivide by polygroup in the same subtool? Unfortunately, no. I mean, you can do it masked, but that's not really how you want to use subdivision levels. You either want to subdivide the entire subtool or not at all. Or you should add Z intensity to scroll wheel. You can. It's under spacebar. So if you push spacebar, you can have access to your intensity right here. I do initial block outs with the mouse. Yeah, that's fine. But I'm talking about when you're doing like nice strokes that need to feather in and out. you know, like a line that you're trying to crease really hard and then let off the sensitivity as you go. You can't really do that with a mouse. It's nigh impossible. Oh yeah, the U key as well as the intensity. But again, you can't adjust the sensitivity as you're doing your stroke. You can't, the only way you can do it is if you have pressure sensitivity on a tablet. You can't adjust it as you're doing your stroke. It's just not possible with a mouse. I mean, if you want to do it, go ahead and be my guest, but let's see. Yeah, pen tablets you can find. It doesn't need to be an expensive one. Doesn't need to be super fancy. It just needs to be a tablet. That's it. Okay, this one bend is backwards. Let's see, back here. I have a big question. Do you know any workflow to export from Max different objects? And when I import them into ZBrush, will they be different subtools? I would use FBX, which is Film Box, and I would use the, well, I would first try GoZ for 3D Studio Max, if that's what you're talking about, getting stuff from 3D Studio Max into ZBrush and back again. Try the GoZ plugin, it works well. Or if you want to, you can use OBJs, like .obj. You can export your OBJs out of Max and then bring them into ZBrush. Or you can use FBX. And if you do, you can use this FBX import-export utility right here. So those would be the ways to bring them in. Does weed help as inspiration? I'm sure it does. I wouldn't know. Let's see this. What in the world am I doing here? Is it getting squished? Jeez. All right, I don't know why this is giving me grief. I'm just going to redo the whole thing. There we go. Sometimes you just need to Armstrong it. There we go. More predictable results. Hey Jeff, where's the tablet from Monoprice for 30 bucks to do a project when I was out of town? Definitely not the best experience, but it was better than a mouse. There you go. Yeah, I always say get the best tablet you can afford. And it doesn't need to be giant. Bigger is not better in this instance. My favorite are like the medium-sized tablets. Just don't go crazy small if you're going to be on a screen, because it will just crunch your real estate down and you can't really see what you're working on. Oops. I just want to move one. There we go. What is this song? Sorry, I'm changing up my music here. That was a horrible song. Okay. Hello from Turkey. Is it appropriate to say happy Ramadan? I don't know what the appropriate thing to say there is. I think you guys are doing Ramadan now. Is that true? I mentor some students from Turkey. That's how I know. Oh, nice. Okay, let's see. Jeff, that's funny. Lives in exile. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I went on a trip and I used a laptop for a little while, and I had my Intuos. It was a good experience, but yeah, when I have my Cintiq, there's nothing like it. So let's see here. Should we do some update these eyes a little bit? Save it first. When will I sculpt the full body character? I don't really do full body characters during the live stream anymore. I did 2, I think, maybe a few more, but I typically save those for my students. I'm working on a Lion-O right now. You know, Lion-O from the old 80s Thundercats cartoon. Working on one of those right now. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm not gonna sculpt Will Smith, sorry. Okay, let's see. Although my friend Brian Beatty did, and it's awesome. The world is all that business. Okay, let's update these eyes. All right, Matt, take care, man. Toke fan. No. Sorry. Okay, let's see. Can you study with me from Columbia? Yes, I have students from all over the world, which is awesome. Thank you, Internet. Yes, these are the eyes. um, need a higher resolution. What are we at here? Oh, that's why. Okay. You guys are all doing the awesome challenge. Cool. So they're talking about the student challenge. I run, 3D Character Workshop, which is an online workshop that you can check out over at 3dcharacterworkshop.com. And I run the students have taken it upon themselves to run a monthly challenge. And this month is the challenge they're talking about. Okay. Need to hide that just for a second. Sorry, this is, I keep missing with the... There we go. Okay, one more time. I'll get it right this time. Okay. You're gonna do 3 evolutions? That's awesome. Oops. Do one thing here. I'm gonna mask by color just to have a mask on here. Okay. I said I'd get it that time, but I didn't. I'm gonna shrink this down. Masking. They moved some stuff. Hold on a second. ZBrush have good texture painting tools. They have good painting tools, but they don't have like good material painting tools like Substance Painter or something like that. But as far as coloring, they have great tools. Okay, let's see. So if I hide this, this is the actual color or the mask. I want to shrink it. Face mask. I thought I put it down here, but I guess I took it off of my user interface. This profile. I gotta mess with these. They've added some stuff that I don't use very much. Yeah. Oh, here we go. This is what I was looking for. Shrink, sharpen. Okay, there we go. Is there a way to know what material an object has? Not really. You don't want to, I don't usually mess with materials too much unless it's on eyes and I want to get some kind of a shininess on the eyes. But otherwise, I just use this Skin Shade 4. I don't really mess with materials. I only mess with color. Okay. So I'm going to turn the paint back on here. And you can hide your mask too. right here. See this view mask button? It's still on, but you can make it so you don't see it. And you can paint it in like this if you want to. Sorry, I gotta mess with this for a second. Control H also hides the mask. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, sweet, thanks. Yeah, that's way too thin. Okay, let's do that part by hand. I only want, just so I don't accidentally paint the white on there. Okay. Okay. I think I'm going to take this brighter right here. Can't really tell. Yeah, I kind of wish that this wasn't so strong. Let's try. It's not really ZBrush, but I wanted to get into Substance Painter. Any recommendations for learning? I know Keyshawn and some others. So I don't really, can't really talk about that too much because it's the ZBrush, you know, it's a Pixelogic ZBrush live channel, Maxon live channel. So, but honestly, I can say that their training materials, like on Substance, the official training materials, they're pretty good. So I just go there. Look at that. And I do cover Substance in my course. At the end of the, if you're a student and you're looking, hey, what's up, Jimmy? And you're looking for a bit of Substance training, at the very last video of the Sirloin series, you can check out. Brendan Bankston, another streamer here on ZBrush Live, helped me out on that. Okay, I need to fix these. We'll make these eyelashes better. How you doing, Jimmy? What's going on, man? Let's see. Yeah, let's do, I think I'm just gonna have these little pieces separate. If you guys don't know who Jimmy is, Jimmy's another like saying I am, but he's a phenomenal sculptor, and you should check out his work over on his ArtStation. And Neil just posted a link. Thanks, Neil. Work, yeah, work is good though. It's a good problem to have, I think. Okay. Working on it, man. Trying. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate this. Okay, let's see here. I want to get rid of all this. And we'll cap this off. Let's do bridge, 2 edges. There we go. I'm also a character artist, but I don't know how to start my career. I don't know what to say about that one other than I was going to say, Brad, yeah, other than making a portfolio that that stands out. And you're basically, a portfolio is there to show companies that you can do the work that they need you to do. Do I think ZBrush UV mapping is good? It's very good for specific instances, yes. But to UV a full character, you can do it, but it's more difficult than a dedicated software that's dedicated to UVs. Improve, geez, pretty much. Without being a jerk about it, yeah. Yeah, quality is king. Portfolio is king. Quantity is not necessary. Even 1 or 2 really good pieces is all you need. Yeah, I almost named my acceleration program 1 character away. And I still might, because you never know. You may be 1 character away from the goal that you're trying to reach. So that's kind of the idea there. Yeah, it's polypaint eyes. That's how you feel all the time. Do you like that name, Jimmy? Oh, hey, Christoph. Oh, the acceleration program. It's just a program I've been working on. I've been beta testing with a few people. Brad is one of them. Brad is here in the stream. But basically, it's a mentorship. It's a mentor program where it's just focused solely on mentoring, group coaching a handful of people that really want to accelerate and reach their goals with their characters and their career. And if you're interested in learning more about it, you can send me an email and I'll give you some information. Just shane.olson@3dcharacterworkshop.com. There you go. Thanks, Neil. And we just meet once a week, go over your characters, and You'd also add, don't be afraid to start low. See if you can get into a trainee period, a smaller, perhaps unknown studio, just to get some experience. Yep, do's and don'ts for sure. And with that being said, you can also get into small contract work at first to get some experience, because not only is it just one character away, but it's also just one job away. That one job could be your ticket to get your foot in the door, to then get the experience for the next job, you know, and then you can say, yeah, I've had experience. I did this freelance work, you know. You give lessons? I do. I'm doing my best to improve as a character designer. I give character modeling lessons, and my website is 3dcharacterworkshop.com, and I have an online course, and I also have, like I was just saying, an acceleration program for mentoring. Yep, networking is important. Thanks so much, Brad. I really appreciate it, man. I'm super proud of Brad. He put in the time and effort, and really, because you get out of it what you put into it, and he put into it. Holy cow. Super prolific. If you have the time, that is. These are a little too heavy, I think. How much does this model cost? Well, it's not for sale. I just do this on my own time. And I don't own the design. How much do you think this job is worth? Oh, I don't know. Again, I'm not really doing it for money. It would depend on what it would be used for. Like, is it a 3D print? Is it a render? I don't know. That all depends. Our eyebrows are seeming too heavy. What are you saying, like Elden Ring? Hey, Muddy out there. Unfortunately, my brushes don't work with ZBrush Core. You can't make custom brushes for that one. You just have to use what it ships with. And the brushes that it ships with are comparable. They work pretty well. Hey, Daza. Well, since you're watching the official ZBrush live stream, I really don't like to get into talking about other programs and comparing because that would be a disservice to ZBrush. So I have not made a comparison video. I like to render there for sure, but okay. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about, Orhan. I need to put that in there. I'm kind of in the adjustment phase right now. Just kind of going over stuff. Thanks, Billy. Yeah. Video game's something I gave up to get more time. Oh yeah. Okay, I want to put one more lash going down the inside here. Sometimes I'll turn on my my wireframe just so I can make sure that I have the proper subtool selected. How many polygons? I don't know. I don't really pay attention to how many polygons there are until the very end, and I will retopologize it. But while you're sculpting, it doesn't really matter as long as your machine can handle it. But it looks like there's 1.45 million right now. Hey Carlos, welcome. Okay, let's combine this body. I also get up an hour or two earlier to do some sculpting before work. Yep. When you're dedicated, that's what you got to do. Okay, I'm going to hide her. Well, let's see. Save this. Oh yes, are you talking about like the Weta, like the Lord of the Rings, the little stylized figurines, like Sam and yeah, the hobbits, those guys, and the Gandalf is really good if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, those are awesome, man. I know exactly what you're talking about. They're so cool. Really, really well done. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Are you going to post this character on your ArtStation? I may. I would like to. Honestly, I would like to render out a whole bunch of these characters and get them up there, but I always kind of just, I don't know why, I just kind of move on to the next one. I have so many characters that I've not rendered out and put up there. So many. I think I have hundreds. Okay, I'm just moving her arm out so I can combine it all together, and then everything was more or less sold out. So I got super hype followed by super dis. Oh dang! Well, you know, Jimmy, you could sculpt some on your own, 3D print them out, make your own toys. Yeah, there's some decisions on there that I might have made differently. So anyway, I digress. Okay, so let's stitch these together. Oh, you're gonna do something with Onage? Awesome. Did you see I Has Toys? Did you see that their latest one that came out of Onage? It took Onage forever to get them done, but man, do they look good. They look so good. Okay. Red Monica from Battle Chasers, I think. Okay, let's stitch this. What the heck? There we go. Yeah, you do. That's a rough one though. That's rough. Not gonna lie. Remesh by union. Okay. Let's see. Let's remesh this and see what we get. Box of chocolates. 2,000 maybe? 4. How long does it usually take to finish a full body character? Not super high details. Fortnite style character. Probably 4 weeks, I would guess. I'm only guessing. Okay, sorry, I gotta. All right, I think that'll work. There we go. Hey Tom. Yeah, I'm just finishing up. We got like 5 minutes left. But hey, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Reckless. Yeah, it's getting kind of close. Oh, how's it doing? Hey, you guys, if you want to see one of my students' works, Tom, who just arrived, I'm getting back into posting student work on the 3D Character Workshop Instagram page. And we just posted Tom's awesome leprechaun up there today. How's it looking, Neil? How much is your workshop for those who want to join? What does it offer? Those two questions can be answered by checking out 3dcharacterworkshop.com and then just click on learn more about the workshop. Yeah, I have to give a shout out. This is the 3D Character Workshop Instagram. And these, except for the cowboy, these are all student works. So you can kind of see some of the quality that's coming out of the workshop. And if you want to learn how to model characters like this, feel free to check it out. Yeah, good work, Tom. This one turned out awesome. And there's also more to see here if you click on these little arrows. Yeah, I love the hyper realism in the textures and lighting that you did, Tom. Super cool. Yeah. Super cool. I love the little honey pots and little bees and all that. It's really cool. All right. This feels a little low. All right, you guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up because I need to use the restroom. So, thank you everyone for hanging out with me on another Sculpt Monday. And we'll see you next Monday where I'll be starting something new. Still need to pose her head, just turn it a little bit. But, yep, it's Monday. All right, you guys. Take care, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. And like I said, as usual, I give away my brushes and my user interface for free. If you want to check that out, head on over to 3dcharacterworkshop.com. Scroll down about halfway down the page and you can find them. Yep, thanks, Jimmy. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you so much, Neil. Thanks, everybody. And we will catch you next Monday.